Wild card weekend. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. What do you mean? Anyways, it's time for the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
What a way to get the wild card round started. A team with a losing record that has no business being in the playoffs, hosting a team that, very frankly, should be the number one seed. The last few weeks haven't looked so great for the Rams, but I think a lot of it had to do with the offense missing Davante Adams, and with him coming back, not to mention other players coming back from injury on their defense, they'll go back to looking like that scary team we thought they were about a month ago. Whereas Carolina, they lost and made the playoffs.
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back.
But, I don't know, they beat the Rams back in week 13 and knocked out the Packers a few weeks before that. But they've just been way too inconsistent. The offense completely got away from giving the ball to Rico Dowdle, and I'm also not really sure if I could trust Bryce Young in a high-leverage spot just yet. Most of the reason why Carolina won the first time was because of 3 Rams turnovers, including a pick 6 thrown by Matthew Stafford. But I don't think the Rams are going to have that kind of performance again, so let me get LA winning this one. Panthers fans shouldn't feel too bad about this, but at the same time, I would also be cautiously optimistic.
I'm going to be real, everybody. I think Carolina stumbled into the playoffs. Yeah, they beat some good teams like LA, but I don't think the Rams are going to let that go unabated. So give me the Rams winning this.
The rebirth of one of the greatest rivalries of all time, Part 3. Woo, this one's a rubber mat. The Packers won the first meeting 28-21 at Lambeau, and the Bears won the second matchup 22-16 in overtime at Soldier Field. Not only that, the last 5 games between these teams were decided by only 1 score. So the Packers may own the Bears, but Chicago ain't going out sad. Now the Packers are coming in on a 4-game losing streak, which included losing Micah Parsons for the season, Jordan Love getting banged up and missing time, and Green Bay solidifying the 7th seed for the 3rd year in a row. If the league didn't expand to 14 teams in the playoffs, LaFleur would have been out of a job. Where the Bears have lost their last 2 games. The first loss against San Francisco gets a pass because the offense was fantastic in that one, but their defense let them down. And pretty much a spiritless effort against Detroit. Part of me wants to say that they used a vanilla game plan because they didn't want to put too much out on tape before the playoffs. Yeah, I'll roll with that. But see, here's the problem. You can move on the Bears defense. They're not exactly locked down. They give up a lot of rushing yards and a lot of passing yards, but they are opportunistic, leading the league in takeaways. So if there's one thing that they're going to want to exploit, it's going to be Jordan Love's playoff turnover bugaboo. While on their offense, they might be able to do something against the Packers, seeing as their defense has no pass rush, multiple players keep dropping like flies, and have had to resort to signing Trayvon Diggs off the street. Go watch the Cowboys highlights from week 3.
Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert!
So with that, I got the Bears winning this one. A lot of people are picking this to be an upset, but Ben Johnson did say he enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. This would be the second time he's gotten to do that.
The bitter rivals since the dawn of football, going up against each other in the first round of the playoffs. I got the Bears winning this only because I think they have more of an edge on Green Bay.
Honestly, this was the toughest game for me to decide this weekend. It feels like the AFC should be rightfully Buffalo's, right? Well, not if Trevor Lawrence and the resurgent Jags have something to say about it. Now the Bills, we know what they've been in the playoffs. Really good in the wild card and the occasional division. They just can't seem to get past Patrick Mahomes. And for some reason, Joe Burrow. Luckily for them, neither of them are in the playoffs this season. But also, something else to note, Josh Allen has not won a road playoff game. And it's going to be pretty much up to him getting it done through the air. Even though James Cook led the league in rushing this year, that Jacksonville defense has the best run defense in the league. And passing won't be any easier. The Jags are 2nd in the league in takeaways. This Jacksonville defense has low-key been underrated all season. Now, on their offense, Trevor Lawrence is getting hot at the right time, coming in on an 8-game winning streak where he threw for over 2,000 yards and had 24 total touchdowns. Oh yeah, the Jags are scary. But that Bills passing defense? Well, I don't know. This really is a game of good against good. Now, for me personally, I wish we could have gotten this in the divisional round, or, and I wouldn't mind this, maybe even the AFC Championship. But unfortunately, one of these teams has to lose in the wild card. Man, I don't know. It feels like it should be Bills, but I mean, the Jags have looked so good over the last 2 months, and I don't see any weaknesses with them right now. I think they're the most dangerous team in the AFC. So, I'm sorry, Josh Allen. You might get bounced. Give me Duval winning this one. And honestly, who else wouldn't mind seeing Trevor Lawrence go on a little bit of a run?
This one's kind of a toughie for me. Both of these are great teams. I despise Buffalo a lot more because they're in our division. So Jacksonville, do me a favor, knock them out, and make sure Josh Allen doesn't get to see a Super Bowl.
The 2022 NFC Championship rematch. I know for a fact that after the games on Sunday, Kyle Shanahan and Nick Sirianni were in the locker room telling their players,
No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting. No fucking fighting!
yeah, we thought this was going to be a budding rivalry for a few years. But 2023, the Eagles collapsed, and 2024, the Niners were just injured. This year, kind of the same on both sides in some ways. The Eagles' offense has been non-existent for a majority of the season. AJ Brown hasn't been crying like a little bitch lately, since he finally got his targets. But Saquon Barkley's still been very quiet this season. Maybe the postseason's where he turns it up, but I don't know, we'll see. And the Niners? It's a miracle that they even had a chance to play for the #1 seed, let alone be in the playoffs. With all the catastrophic injuries that they've suffered this season, at the hands of Kyle Shanahan, sheesh. I'm not even sure what kind of game we get in this one. That Niners offense has caught fire since Brock Purdy came back from injury, but I will say, he got beat up quite a bit against Seattle last week. This Philly defense may be just as aggressive. Maybe getting to play Seattle first helped Brock feel out that sort of intensity, and it might be the Christian McCaffrey show, as has been the case most of the season as well. Where defensively, no Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa. They're being held together by bubblegum and the power of friendship. So will that give this Eagles offense an opportunity to get things rolling? Again, we really have yet to see it this season. Not to mention that they still have yet to play a complete game of football. 2 good halves. Not just one good half and dog shit the other.
The sandwich don't always come in a plastic bag.
The playoffs is usually where both of these teams turn it on. Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni have never lost a home playoff game, and Kyle Shanahan has never lost earlier than the conference championship. So, in this battle of our last 2 NFC representatives, I honestly think that San Francisco might end up taking this one. If they turn this game into a shootout, I'm not sure Philly's equipped to keep up, based on the way the offense has played this season.
Philly, here's the thing. I don't have any confidence in y'all. The way y'all have been winning games is not consistent. Therefore, San Fran has more of an edge on y'all. Plus, they have been winning games by blowouts. Y'all have not. So give me San Fran winning this.
Well, like it or not, they're fucking back. The Patriots under second-year quarterback Drake May, and new head coach Mike Vrabel. This Patriots team has been pretty balanced across the board. But everybody's biggest critique of them this season has been their schedule and the teams that they beat. I don't think having a weak strength of schedule means everything, but it doesn't mean nothing either. They'll be taking on their real competition of the season in the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh my god. Haven't the Chargers already had enough heartbreak in the stadium? Hasn't this team faced enough futility going up against this franchise? Not only that, Justin Herbert. This man seems to be going into these games blind. Every time they kick off, I get worried about what's going to happen. Justin, listen to the saxophones. They're screaming. They're trying to warn you. Alright, let me lock in. But the Chargers are another team that have just been absolutely ravaged by injuries this season. The majority of their offensive line, and Justin Herbert, he's been playing with a broken hand for the last month, and really just can't get any time in the pocket. The Patriots don't have that strong of a pass rush, so maybe he can get some things cooking in the pocket, and their secondary is not all that scary either, outside of Christian Gonzalez, of course. I would say I could see this game being a shootout, but that Chargers defense has been one of the best in the league this season as well. A suffocating unit, much like last season. But Drake May's been having an MVP caliber season this year. And if Vrabel actually utilizes Travion Henderson to his potential, who knows? Now, I don't think the dirty bubble should be coming around this time, so Jim Harbaugh might be safe. Can't say the same about his brother though. But I know it's risky picking an inexperienced team, but it's even riskier betting on the Chargers, who are just going to, you guessed it, charger it up like they always do. And just so I don't have to hear SMA bitch about it, give me the Patriots winning their first playoff game in the Drake May era. Could this be the greatest reverse jinx of all time? We'll see.
Bolts, y'all disappointed me in that Broncos game. Hell, we didn't have to see y'all in this fucking playoffs, and y'all would have just won that game. But now you force our hand, and Drake May's wrath is going to be upon y'all. Come on, baby, love the Pats, alright.
Alright, this is a game where something's gotta give. Mike Tomlin's never lost a home game on Monday night, and the Texans in their franchise history have never won a road playoff game. Actually, this is their first time in the playoffs as a wild card. Crazy. But we already know about the Texans. Their defense is among if not one of the best defenses in the league. But everybody's concern is on the offense. which version of CJ Stroud do we end up seeing in Pittsburgh? They're going to need to lean heavily on the passing game, since that is the Steelers' weakest point of their defense, on top of just not having a run game. While for Pittsburgh, I mean, hey, Aaron Rodgers gets one last ride, I guess. Their offense has been steady all season. They've been able to make do with the receivers they have, and should be getting DK Metcalf back. But really, I would try to utilize a lot of Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren. I mean, Houston has the 4th best run defense, and that might be their only flaw, I think, if you want to call it that. Now, like I said, something's got to give here. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. Aaron Rodgers hasn't won a playoff game since 2020, so the pressure's going to be on. And we saw how they came back last week against the Ravens. You know what? Just so I don't get called a hater. Plus, other than the points I mentioned, there is a first time for everything. Plus, it has been impressive to see the Texans rebound after starting 0-3. So give me the Texans winning this one, and a very low-scoring, very ugly game. And if this is Aaron Rodgers' last ride, hopefully he goes out in a blaze of glory.
The Texans or Perk Rogers? Yeah, I trust the Texans more only because Perk Rogers really doesn't know how to turn it on anymore.